All right, today we're talking about comparing linear functions. Because it says linear, they are all going to be lines today. You should have this table and this graph that you can cut and paste into your notes. Um, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to compare their slopes or their rate of change, and then we're going to compare their initial values or their y-intercept. So how fast they're changing over time, and then where they start. So these are two pandas in a zoo, one named Mochi and one named Kappa. And again, pause as you need. I know that you need to glue these in. But we're going to try to find its slope first, which is going to be our rate of change. So here the pattern looks like it is +4 each time. For our x's, our weeks, it looks like it's +1 each time. So our slope is 4 pounds, and I'm using a cursive L so it doesn't look like a 1. 4 pounds per every 1 week. Okay, you always put y over x. Then our intercept is wherever it starts. This one starts at 0 weeks. Mochi was 1 pound. So my equation would be y equals 4x plus 1. 4 from here, 1 from here. All right, we're going to compare that to Kappa over here. But you have to be careful because the graph, not each of these is 1. It looks like we're counting by 2's here on the y-axis, and then over here, we're skipping every other one to count by 1's. Okay, so if I go from this point to this point, it looks like I'm going from 2 to 5, so I'd be up 3, and then over 1. Or if I do that again, from 5 to 8 would be up 3, 1 to 2 would be over 1. Okay, so my slope is 3 pounds every 1 week. And then my intercept is wherever we start. So in this case, we are starting at 2. So Kappa was born at 2 pounds. My equation would be y equals 3x plus 2. All right, so now we have some questions we're going to answer for these. Which panda was heavier when they were born? Mochi was 1 pound, Kappa was 2 pounds, so we would put Kappa. Which panda is growing faster? So you have to look at their slopes, their rate of change. So Mochi is gaining 4 pounds a week, Kappa is only gaining 3 pounds a week, so this would be Mochi. Which panda will weigh more at 5 weeks? So to do this, we can plug in 5 for x because weeks is x, weight was y. So here, 4 times 5 plus 1 would give us 20 plus 1 is 21 pounds. Over here, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 would give us 17 pounds. So it looks like Mochi will weigh more at 5 weeks. All right, so that's our first example. You should have everything I wrote and your graphs in your notebook. Okay, here we're comparing two contestants on The Biggest Loser. You may or may not have seen that show before, but that's what this is from. We have a contestant named Valerie and a contestant named Oscar. Valerie already has an equation for her, so this would be she's losing 2.5 pounds, that's why it's negative, per week. And she started at, so this is her slope, she started at 235 pounds. For Oscar, we have a table. So it looks like right here, we're dropping 4 over 2 weeks. Or here, we're dropping 6 over 3 weeks. But luckily, these still simplify to be the same. Negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. Negative 6 over 3 is still negative 2. Or here, negative 2 over 1 is still going to be negative 2. So we are dropping 2 pounds per 1 week. And then it looks like Oscar started at 247 pounds. Who weighed more at the beginning of the show? So Valerie weighed 235, Oscar weighed 247, so it was Oscar. And then who is losing weight faster? So Valerie's losing 2.5 pounds. Oscar's losing 2 pounds. So it looks like Valerie is losing weight faster. All right, our next example is 3 different trees. So you have this graph and this table you can cut and paste in, but you will need to write this part in our box. That's our first tree. So it says the first tree was 5 inches tall when planted. This would be our B because that's its initial height. That's how it started. Slope is always going to be something that happens over and over again. Like this one says it grows 4 inches per month. That is our M. Okay, so in this case, our slope is 4 inches per 1 month. Our B, our initial value is 5 inches. Okay. For our graph here, we're starting at 10, and they kindly labeled this one for us. If we go up to 17, that means we're going up 7. And then it looks like we're going over 2 here to get from 0 to 2. So our slope is 7 inches in 2 months. Okay, 7 inches every 2 months. This is the same as 3.5 inches in 1 month. And that'll make it easier for us to compare because 4 inches a month and 3.5 inches a month gives us the same time frame. This one, our intercept, this tree, it started at 10 inches when it was planted. Okay, that was highlighted here for us. Okay, for our table, it looks like we're going up 9 and then 2. So we are going to say that is 9 inches in 2 months. But again, we're going to simplify that to be 4.5 inches in 1 month so that we have the same time frame to look at. And then our B is wherever the 0 is. So in this case, it started at 3 inches. Which tree is growing the fastest? So we're looking for the biggest slope. Here we have 4, 3.5, and 4.5. So tree number 3 is growing the fastest because this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Which tree was the tallest when first planted? So we have 5 inches, 10 inches, and 3 inches. So that would be tree 2. And which tree is the tallest after 6 months? That means that we would have to take, so for tree 1, we have y equals 4x plus 5. So we have 4 times 6 plus 5 would give us 29 inches. For tree 2, we have 3.5 for our slope, and it started at 10 inches. So 3.5 times 6 plus 10. I believe this would give us 21 plus 10 is 31 inches. And for tree 3, we have y equals 4.5 x plus 3. Scroll down here. So we have 4.5 times 6 plus 3, which I believe is 27 plus 3 is 30 inches. So it looks like this would be tree 2 because tree 2 is 31 inches taller than the others. All right, we're going to do one more example with some pizza places. So here it says Bambino's Pizza offers $56 per shift and $2.50 in commission for each pizza delivered. Okay, the shift is happening one time in this case. This is our B, $2.50 per pizza is our slope. Okay, so here this would be $2.75 per pizza and $50 per shift. Here, our B is 48, so they get paid $48 per shift, And if we look at the pattern, we're going 6/2. They get $3 per pizza. And then Papa Ron's here, it looks like they're starting at $60. And then their slope is up 4/2. You're going from 60 to 64 is 4. 0 to 2 is 2. So they're getting 4/2 would be $2 per pizza. Okay, which company pays the best per shift? This is where we're talking about our intercept. So you have 48, 60, 52, and 56. So it looks like 60 is the best, so we will say Papa Ron's. And again, you should have these to cut and paste. You'll have to write the ones in the boxes. Which company pays the most per pizza? So that's our slope. We have $2, $2.75, $2.50, and $3. So it looks like Little Squeezers pays the most per pizza. Okay, again, go back if you need to, pause when you need to, but you should have 4 full examples in your notes today. We are doing a worksheet. When you are finished, you erase your hand and show me your notes.